Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Kronos. Welcome on in, Cornflake Girl. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Welcome on in, Zeph. Welcome on in, Gaby. Glad to have you here. Let me sneak a sneaky shout out in for Gaby, aka Voidhound. Go give them a follow. Lovely voice, spectacular artist, very sweet bean. Who else we got? Welcome on in, Ilianos. Glad to have you as well. Welcome on in, Rev. Glad to have you here. I'm going to sneaky shout out as well for Rev, fellow Thunderfang member, heckin' Tia Fox. But yeah, go give these Sweet Beans checkouts. Also, welcome on the Cyberventurer. Glad to have you as well. I think I had everyone. Oh, Embellis. I'm fucking dumb. Well, welcome on Embellis. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. I don't want to practice. I want to be good now. Listen, that's the pain that you signed up for when you decided to become an artist. Unfortunately, is that you're just gonna have to suffer through the part where it looks bad in practice until it gets better. I know it's a Starky. Welcome on in, Canopus. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. That is unfortunately part of the process, and unfortunately we have to trust the process. Why did I even start the music? Like currently the suffering phase. That'll happen. I live in constant fear when I start streaming and Starky forcing me at gunpoint to shout myself out. I'm not gonna ask the mods to shout themselves out. When does the suffering end? You might ask. Never. Unironically, like a burb made Stinky Pinky. What? Welcome on in Tiger Fire. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. It does a bit though. That'll be a shout out for Tiger Fire. Also, welcome on Sigurd. Glad to have you as well. I just realized because Tiger hasn't said anything yet. I have to tie about your full name as opposed to adding you. But no. But yeah, thank you for the stretch, hydrate, and save. Even though we haven't done anything yet, worth saving. Your scene changey thing. Oh, that's the pink explosives. I think it was. I'll be honest with you. I more or less grabbed like a free online transition, and it works for me. I stabbed my fingers last night to create a little guy. Were you sewing? Was like crocheting? Welcome on in, G-Taryn. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans.
Please, do not push the
All right.
button. You have no idea what it...
So pose today. Oh. Hope you're doing, Mr. Burp. I'm doing all right.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
What the not sewing? Excuse me, why is it not... Why aren't you connected? I set it up. It was felting. Oh! That makes sense, but I'm doing okay. Admittedly, I am preparing for this next week to basically just be, you know, a series of Christmas celebrations, which is I'm of two minds about. Because, like, I have something of a complicated history with Christmas. For a Secret Santa thing? Oh, that's adorable. Welcome on to Sanctival. Glad to have you. But yeah, let's see. View. No, okay, Twitch, connect. Do I have to restart Songify, don't I?
Starky, I learned what the SH word is, Kasai taught me. IT stands for shit. Time to say IT to the world. Shit, 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 shit.
I need to teach you how to swear properly. If you're gonna swear, do it properly at least. All right, song request should now be working. But no, I actually like because I was listening to someone else talk about doing them doing a Secret Santa thing, and I'm like, maybe I should do that next year. But no, like I still have a complicated history with the holidays. I in part it is because I think I have the neurospice where like I really value my I really value like schedules and like you know consistent habits and patterns, and yeah, suffice it to say the holidays mess with it a little bit. just a little bit. But yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna go hang out with family, which I think will be fun, and then I'm trying to think of like, you know, like next week is Christmas. Next week, Christmas, less than a week away. Isn't that neat? All right, so today we're doing, we're working on the pose for, we're working on a piece for Barrick as part of the charity event that I did recently. And I'm because he requested a flexing pose, so I'm trying to find one that looks like compelling. Well, like one that I haven't done before. Christmas just a week away. Not even just a week away. Less than a week away. Hold on, let me make sure this reference isn't artificial. I would like to zoom in on this. Okay, for goddamn it, Pinterest. I wish I could trust Pinterest. I fucking can't anymore. So you know, it's yes. So for Cyberventure, I'm using Songify instead of Nightbot because of Nightbot was consistently breaking for a bit. Okay, sorry. No, you're fine. It was more just like, here.
Where the rats?
No one tell COVID, but I'm looking for nice gifts for him. Also, I saw an entire video on how Pinterest went to shit. Want me to link it to you for later?
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm looking to make sure, like, I'm looking to make sure that this is like a pose that actually like there are aspects of it like this doesn't look right. Where I'm like, I don't know. This is like a good pose idea, but I don't trust the anatomy. So I'm like, I need to find like this kind of pose. Welcome on Ocean. I'm glad I had a sweet bean. Stargate was yesterday, a year old, when I learned about the Yowie meme song of an idol song called Balalaika, which is called Yaralaika. Oh my. Welcome on Oceano. I want to use it as a reference, but I also don't trust that, like, it's giving suspicious. This goddamn it, Zeph. Because it was like, This is more or less the same pose, but I can just kind of exaggerate. Welcome on, Yonu. Glad to have you, sweet bean, here. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. To some degree, I'm like, I don't know how much of a surprise, because Barrick is getting it on behalf of someone else, so I don't know how much of a surprise it's supposed to be. Where is it? There it is. Correction, it's Yara Naika. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be drawing Barrick's one of Barrick's partners. Okay. I'm going to have to like keep in mind like certain proportional stuff. This is making me realize how much like does Starky deserve pets or bonks? Why is there two bonk votes already? I'm assuming that's one of them is Zeph because he made the poll. I don't know who the other one is. Zeph has already been crucified. He will be kept on the cross until his behavior improves. Did you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Where Zeph, I called out Zeph for the fact that he was one of the he was one of the bonk votes, and now he's bonking me because I'm just right. Okay. But no, I like this pose. Like this is because like I've done the like here. I've done like the, you know, both arms up pose before. Actually, it's more like arms out. Like I've done this pose before, but I said in nuclear monkey chat because reasons. I'm assuming it's very horny, like very auditorily horny. I probably won't be listening to it on stream then. No moans. Okay. If you're wondering, this is one of those instances where like punctuation is very important because you might be saying no, comma, moans, or you might be saying there are no moans.
Starky, what is a Dune fan's favorite car? A Nissan Algabe.
I definitely saw you post that in the group chat yesterday. It might have been today. I know that ain't yours. Grabs you. It's birthed from Yaoi Hentai. Have you done the bicep flex where the hands are down? I was considering that. I was considering that for this piece, just to like kind of highlight the tum. But I feel like I feel like that's a bold decision, shall we say? It was from last night's D&D. But no, that's the kind of thing where it's like if I were more confident in my anatomy, I would actually go with that because I think it's like, you know, if like here. Like, if I thumbnail it real quick. Because, like, there's basically, like, the kind of the pectoral flex. where like, or like the you know, the flex where you're basically like trying to pump out your pecs as much as possible. And then like the idea was like the tummy would be like, you know, spilling forth. But again, that's something like where I'm like, the thought occurred to me, but to some degree, I'm like, I'm apprehensive to do it because I don't think I could do it justice. Like I said, I was talking about this on Dell's stream yesterday, but like when I'm doing it for myself, I'm willing to take risks. I don't care if it looks bad, because it will always look bad to me as part of the artistic process. But no, said Yaoi Hentai is births some meme faces from 2K to the early 2000s or 2010s. Alright, what the fuck is the alias? What is happening? It's like there's like a weird kind of like periodic. Yeah, it's weird and periodic. Starky, how scary it is that I'm not the most prolific punter of the D&D I go to? That's definitely not like upsetting information. Technology. Technology. Are people afraid of technology? Technology. Like I might not even make top 3. I mean, there was the time I ran not one but 2 different well, it wasn't D&D, but I ran 2 different tabletop, which Art Boy. Welcome to Cosine and Ruffles. Gonna have your sweet beans. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna crash out. There was a time I ran not 1 but 2 different games. Because I wanted to make a joke about a dungeon themed restaurant called McDungeons. I didn't even bring up food. Motherfucker, the conversation was continuing before you. You weren't the progenitor of this conversation point. Excuse me. But no, I did run 2 games, and Draco was part of one of them, and he definitely threatened to strangle me to death because he was upset. The funny thing is, I almost forgot about the McDungeon pun. Certainly, I want to go back to the era where BlackBerry was the most sophisticated piece of technology, or you know what? Let's go back to landlines. Now, BlackBerry, I think, was like the perfect period. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, what goes on here? Okay, so he to some degree it's you know. I said that because I was about to bring up a philosophical food question. You may bring up your philosophical food question then. And to probably make this shoulders a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think this is a good overall pose because I'm doing waist up. Hopeless Core, Starky's pop culture furry, Starky's pop culture furry of 2025. Like what is my the furry that I appreciate the most that came out this year? Like a la the wolf flavor of the month with like Shiro, Death the Wolf or whatever. I have a philosophical food question as well. Is breast milk vegan? Yes. Because I believe the vegan argument exclusively comes from the lack of consent that the animals can give. Okay. Shit, what fucking... Oh, hold up, no, hold up. I know exactly, I know 100% where I'm going with this. I love wolves, you love wolves, great sonas, but also we've got a fucking bunch of them, and like, I'm here to see the broad spectrum of furry species of anthropomorphizing not just wolves, but every animal out there. And you know, one animal that I think broadly gets like ignored are badgers. Bradley the badger, in my opinion, is a peak design. If you look at him, like he is stout, he is round, he is a wonderful designed character. You know, he's black and white, but he's also got that pop of color with the lovely yellow, you know, the yellow hands, it's just a beautiful design, and I think I'm just here for a deeply underappreciated species. Hold up, honey ain't vegan, but breast milk is. Pardon? Yes. But also, honey, you can tell that some vegans do not know what the fuck they're talking about, because if there is a species of animals we get food from that can be considered as like consenting, it's fucking bees. Like bees 100% are like comfortable. Like the combination of food, shelter, and safety that we give bees is worth the honey that we take. So if someone was to consent to it, eating human flesh is vegan, I suppose. What's got you all in this conversation? It is kind of funny that you mentioned this, because like, after stream last night, I was checking on Blue Sky while I was going to go get food with my friends, and there was some fucking wacko in my replies who quote retweeted my post of the food I've been eating this week, and they're like, "What did that pig ever do to you that you decided to cook and eat it?" And I'm just like, I just blocked them, but part of me did want to say the mistake they made was being delicious. Don't get me wrong, I genuinely think veganism is a good practice to get into, but like, I don't necessarily think that it is a viable option for everyone, and that I think that like the moral grandstanding that a lot of vegans do is like a net negative on your cause. It's the same shit that happened to PETA. Also, PETA had a fucking funny week last week where they What's up, Chris?
We're the rats.
You know, landlords should take a page from beekeepers, as if their living conditions are shit, the bees will just leave, leaving the bad beekeeper with no honey to harvest.
Yeah, bees will just fucking, like, if you're not good at your job as a beekeeper, they'll just fuck off. They will just leave. Is this the thing with Japan? PETA pissed off the Uma Musume fandom. The most dedicated anime fandom of, like, all time. I actually think that they might be the single most dedicated fandom, because they were like, oh... it would like there was a horse that that was depicted in Uma Musume that famously like got into a really bad accident, and like I think it was Silent Suzuka was the name of the horse. And they're like, because like what happened with Silent Suzuka is horrible accident. Silent Suzuka walked off the pitch with her jockey. And then once she made sure that her jockey was safe, she flopped over because she fucked up her leg real bad. And the thing about horses, humans are irregular in that we can recover from a lot of stuff. Horses, if they get a leg injury that bad, will just suffer until they die. They will die in like a week. But like PETA, in their classic like lack of any wisdom or tact, made an image showing like Silence Suzuka, like the Uma Musume, with a broken leg. Like it was a compound fracture, so broken leg and breaking through the skin, which is not actually what happened to Silent Suzuka. It was a internal fracture, not a compound fracture. So they got the facts wrong to make it more disturbing. And also, it's entirely possible they might get sued by Cygames because the art, the image they made falls outside of Cygames fan content guidelines. So people are begging Cygames to take him to fucking court and basically destroy PETA as an entity. And their infinite wisdom does not know that horses can't recover like us. I mean, it's also like the same entity that consistently kills more animals than kill shelters. So like, are we really surprised? Like, PETA is not a good, PETA ain't good. Welcome on a 6-inch finch embryonic. Let me get sweet beans. It was it was good seeing you at NFF Finch. But also, it is a little funny, to some degree, to learn that you are not that your Sona is not a bird, you are a Durg. PETA ain't a friend of no dog. Exactly. I pray on all the gods who will answer. Please let PETA get sued. It would be protected under satire. The thing is, and this is the wild thing. This is one of the rare instances where Japan having deeply fucked up. Okay, so Japan has a deeply fucked system for libel. What if it's in the Japanese courts? If it's going to be sued, it's going to be in the Japanese courts. And Japan has a deeply fucked up system in regards to libel. And I'm no PETA defender, but I wouldn't win. So here's the thing. In Japan, the truth is not a valid defense for defamation. You can sue someone for defaming you, even if what they say is 100% true. Which is why a lot of people in Japan... Does PETA operate in Japan? That's a good question. The thing is, I think as part of, like... Actually, I wonder, because that is like one of those like multinational things where it's like they might be forced to pay. Okay, that's crazy. Oh no, trust me, it's like a genuinely fucked up like way of handling like libel and defamation. It consistently is like one of the worst aspects of Japan's deeply broken judicial system. Like the more I learn about Japan's judicial system, the more I'm like, yo, this country's fucked, man. Japan has high conviction rates, if I remember correctly. Okay. Japan has high conviction rates because they don't arrest people unless there is, without a doubt, 100% guaranteed conviction, like, possibility. So there are multiple people who have gone to, like... Because stalking is fairly common in Japan. Yeah, they only take crimes to court if they only take crimes to court if they will win. It's not even if they can win. They need to know for a fact that the person that they are arresting will be convicted of the crime, or they won't take them to court. If there is any preponderance of the evidence, if it's like, oh, like, the stalker who was like outside of my house like every day for the last week, missed the single day where it was raining. Like, that's the kind of stuff where they're like, okay, no, like they can't take him to court because they can't meaningfully prove consistent like evidence. Japan's judicial, like, trust me, America's judicial system is fucked. Japan's judicial system is based off of America's and is even worse. But also remember correctly, there are cases where they will get a confession out of you. So, like, it's this whole fucking mess. Like, suffice it to say, every place has its problems. Wait, is it actually? Oh yeah, they do have a problematic confession problem. Wait, well, what do you mean problematic confession? But no, like, Japan's legal system is not great. Like, it is a deeply broken, deeply flawed thing, which is, I suppose it shouldn't be surprising, because we do know for a fact that it came based on the American judicial system.
Rats, where the rat?
What's up, Crisp?
better than Vietnam's multiple laws that will result in death penalty, like leaking state secrets from recording an execution, or caught smuggling certain amount of illegal drugs.
There's a video that breaks down coerced confessions. Okay. But no, like there are multiple stories out of Japan, out of like people being stalked for like multiple months and calling the police, and the police don't do anything until the person has been killed by their stalker. And sometimes even then, the police won't go after the stalker. Like there was a story where like someone was being stalked for multiple months, disappeared, and then the police, after multiple months, like they disappeared, were gone for months, and then at some point, I think someone went to their house and was like, "It smells like there's a dead body in here," and the police showed up at that point. Like there needed to be a rotting corpse, a report of that, for the people to show up. But no, like it. You know, no place has a perfect system. A sperm donor, a carpenter, and Julius Caesar walk into a bar. I came, I saw, I conquered. Welcome on in, Jazz fan. Glad I have you, Sweet Bean. Half the plot erased is about how shit the Japanese justice system is. Great show. Oh, Jazz fan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to live chat. Glad I have you, Sweet Bean. So the Phoenix Wright games. Remember the Phoenix Wright games where like the justice system is so deeply broken that even if you've proved someone could not possibly be the murderer, they'll still be found guilty unless you find the actual murderer? The Phoenix Wright games were made in part because the writer wanted to parody how deeply broken Japanese the Japanese legal system was, and it actually ended up being prophetic of how bad it was there, because it ended up predicting multiple things that would go on to like be consistent patterns of, you know, consistently problematic things in the Japanese legal system. What if you do something about the stalker taking the law into one's own hand, you know? That's a good question. Presumably, because here's the thing. It actually, like, you know, to some degree, I feel like the news doesn't necessarily do it justice, but it actually is a meaningful, like, there is a wide gap between the average person and the person who is capable of committing violence against another. I think that, like, deep down, like, there are people who've wronged me, and I wouldn't wish violence upon them, as shitty as they were to me specifically, and, you know, other people, but like, I wouldn't wish genuine violence upon them, because that's not what I as a person want.
Rats, we're rats, we're the rats.
Will you call a man that's lost his car Carlos?
Oh my god. Crisp, why'd you have to go with a bit? I mean, accusing the crow of attempted murder. I'm the only crow here. I'll have you know. I'm the only one here. The only crow. But now,
Rats, we're rats.
there is fascinating stuff to.
If you saw someone go to the bathroom, would you ask, European?
We were just talking about, like, legal bullshit, and now we're here. Now we're in pun land. Send an ambulance, but not for me. I need to add a gun to this. I need to add a gun pointed at the screen to this scene. For when chat's annoying me. But no. Like, I genuinely,
What does this
like, to some degree,
do?
I feel like PETA as an entity isn't really, like, a thing anymore.
You have no idea what
Costa, how dare you press the button?
Shake a margarita or an apple teeny. Tell me where I
I can put my weenie. Show me where you pissed from. Show me where you pissed. But no, I feel like, to some degree, PETA is almost like an anachronism in the modern day and age. What's up, Crisp?
It says here you served 10 years for manslaughter. Must have been some joke.
Rats, we're rats, We're the rats.
Do you know how a duck farts? With his butt quack.
Oh my god.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
My crashing out
It's called a
odometer.
murder of crows. Coincidence? I think not. Illuminati confirmed the Illuminati, the Illuminati, the Illuminati.
Oh my god. But no. Check DM, Starky. What? Oh my god. What the? Here's. Oh yeah. No. I've been sent this image by my brother. The Google Incognito rewind meme. But no. To some degree, I feel like PETA is like an anachronism nowadays. Like in today's day and age. Like because PETA was like, I would argue, like one of the examples of like rage bait as like, you know, like controversy in terms of like trying to grab headlines. Why is my tablet doing this? Show chat your search history, Starky. Share your social security number, Starky. I'll be honest with you. Do you want to fucking steal my identity? Sincerely, do you want to? I don't got shit worth taking, man. I'm fucking Gen Z. I'm in thousands of dollars of fucking student loan debt. I don't own a home. My credit score is like, I think somewhere in the 700s. It's fine. Like it's you're not going to be able to get much off the back of my fucking credit score. What the fuck could you possibly do to me that isn't worse than what society is currently doing? You have my fucking social security number. I do not care.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
I went to a beekeeper to get 12 bees and he gave me 13 bees. I said, "Sir, why did you give me 13? I asked for 12. He said, "That's a freebie."
Oh my god. Welcome on in Phoenix Abaddon and Nakabar. Glad to have you, sweet beans. I think that's the fucking curse of being a millennial. It's like shit's so fucked. Nothing you can do steals your identity. Pursued by debtors. Joke's on you, motherfucker. Think there's some ab goals right there. I don't think I could. Here's the thing. I could never. I would love to get beefier, but I think I love food too much to get abs. Like I would never want to do like abdominal muscles. I'm just gonna lean into maximum bear mode. Oh, true, food is good. I think what's so adorable. Skip the ads, go for muscle gut. That's kind of where I'm at, yeah.
Rats. We're rats. We're
What's up,
the
Chris?
rats.
What's the opposite of lady fingers? Mentos.
The part of me that wanted to say something deeply cursed was silenced, and I think that's a good thing. There you go. Tits are easier to get than washboard abs. You don't even have to dehydrate to make them look good. I mean, arguably, tits. I think, because like you can kind of see it on him, where like he's got like such well developed pectoral muscles where you can kind of see like the underlying musculature. I actually prefer a little bit of softness. Like I think like this is attractive, but if you add a little bit of softness so it makes it a more like continuous shape, I think that's hotter. Starkey really ignoring the most emotional lyrics written in her story. Girly Pop, I sat there and just fucking watched as the finale of Coco played Remember Me. I'm capable of ignoring anything emotional now. To be fair, the reason that I was able to do that was because I'd been fucking bled dry by a combination of the Barbie movie and Encanto beforehand. there was no tears left to there was no tears left to cry at that point. What's up, Chris?
Where the rats?
I think I'll get a job of cleaning mirrors. It's something I can see myself doing.
Why is this? Why? Pourquoi? Why? Why are you doing this? Honey, I got your ringtone on my BlackBerry. 100 JPEG files filling up my hard drive. All right. But no. To some degree, it's like, I wish we had the support. It's like, I like the technology we have now. I just wish it was backed by the support structures our parents had. You know, I think they're like, that is the crux of my desire in this world. This arm is definitely too short now that I'm actually like drawing it out. Because I'm actually thinking about it now, and I'm like, that's that. You see, the problem here is I've made not nearly enough of it. Okay. But no. I've been playing a lot of Mahjong recently. Dell has created a fucking, like, Dell has instilled a deep brain rot in me. I need to play Mahjong with friends. Okay, so if I draw like this. Look, come on, Zora Crisis. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Okay, it needs to be a little bit longer, but largely we are about on the right scale. Welcome on, Zara Crisis. Can we show for Zara Crisis? Actually, now that I'm like looking at it, I think because to some degree, a not insignificant amount of the moat, like the size here, is the hand. Awesome, my guy's got like he's got some fucking yaoi hands going on here. I don't know if it's just like a forced perspective things, but like the dude's yaoi maxing for sure. That a bit of a, you know, suspicious way to phrase that, I know, but also I fucking I'll stick to it. All right. But no, hopefully everyone's, you know, everyone else is having a relatively good weekend. I am preparing for the holidays proper to hit next week. This is definitely a weird year because like Christmas and New Year's are happening in the middle of the week. There we go. Weird year. It's been barely 4 years since the end of COVID, and we're staring down the gun of another economic collapse. Yay. It's like I was saying in Merle's stream. Also, welcome on in Killer Kebab. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Killer Kebab? It's like I was saying in Merle's stream. I can't wait for the third once-in-a-lifetime economic disaster in my lifetime. And I'm 28. I'm not even in my fucking 30s yet, and there's been 3 of them. Gotta send them out ASAP to say poor time management. Understandable. You shout, no problem. But no, like I'm it's fucking incredible. I mean, listen. I think to some degree it is a signifier of like the death of capitalism. It's like, you know, we are living through the turning point of an era, which sucks. Because I like I said, I'm sick of living in interesting times, but also like, you know, I suppose it's I suppose, like, you know, every era has had something interesting to live through. But no, I'm hoping for like death of capitalism, bring on lower caseism. No, I just want to like live in a commune with friends, and you know, have a friend or multiple friends or partners, what have you, where I'm just like, hey, I'm fucking EP. Let's go cuddle. Welcome on a day. Let's go have you, Sweet Bean. No,
Rats.
not like hi Birdman. Can we shout out for Delos?
The rats.
Hey, look at all the things we have to look forward to outside the death of capitalism and the pop of the eye bubble like, what the fuck is there to look forward to with the world the state it is? This got depressing.
It's like, well, there's the, yeah, I got fucking nothing. But yeah, no, to some degree, I do think that it will, like, everything will end for the better, but, you know, it is, you know, it is the kind of thing you just have to kind of survive through, which is like, you know, not great by any means. To some degree, I'm not being like, usually I'm like more chipper about like facing, you know, the inevitable like oncoming demise. I try to keep like a brave face. It's winter. It's dark outside. It's the principle that I've actually like. I'm sorry, my body is like, I had Taco Bell, so my body's trying to reject itself. It's the principle that like you're not supposed to judge your life and like this, like how you are doing late at night. Like if it's after 9 a.m., if it's after 9 p.m., don't take stock of where you're at in life, because you're not being generous. You're not being honest with yourself. You are being more negative with your state in life than is actually true. And I think that's very much the case with like the current state of the world, where it's like, you know, things are bad, but I don't necessarily think we're facing an apocalypse, even if it feels like it at times. God knows that God knows that there were times at the beginning of this year and last year where I'm just like, it feels like the world's fucking ending. So like I get that impulse. I absolutely do. Soundtrack is so fitting for this talk. Wait, hold up. What the fuck? Okay. Could be worse. Could be the Rome. Could be the Rome Empire. I'll be honest with you, Brionic. I think that this is the Empire of Rome, but again, and with capitalism instead of like imperialism. Me trying to be a cute bird online, this shit show that is modern capitalism. Welcome on, Izzy. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. It will be okay, but it will be different. Exactly. And like, it's like the positive half of nihilism. There's nothing you can do but survive, and as you survive, things will change. And it's all about doing your best to find the things in way that thing like it's life is about trying to find the happiness where it is. Rome Empire's fall was bloodier. Give it time. Give it that. I hope it doesn't, but you know. Man, something happened. Rome didn't have Labubus in Starbucks Bear Cup. I'll be honest with you. There is a part of me that's like, there is a not insignificant portion of people that are very not class conscious. And I think the people who are excited about the Starbucks Bear Cups to some degree are like fundamentally like ill understanding of the state of the world around them. The Ides of Trump is going to be a celebrated holiday. That's fair. You don't need a Starbucks Bear Cup. Just empty out a honey bottle. Boom, Bear Cup. They were selling them on fucking not Etsy or what's the what's the like the really cheap drop shipping company out of Temu. They're like there's bear bottles on Temu that are the same product for $5, and people were paying hundreds. So like, you know, I to some degree, the only people who really like lost out, in my opinion, were like some of the customers who like just genuinely wanted to get something nice for themselves, and then the fucking baristas who had to deal with people being shitty to them all day long. Yes, but the non-Temu one has a Starbucks logo. Oh, be still my beating heart. Res movie is fire. I have no idea what that means. There's historical evidence that ancient Roman Greek did make merch, so those that say they don't have Labubus and Starbucks at their times. I think you're willing to use actual people instead of stock photos. You could use a guy I found for a body the way you'd like more, I think. If you want to send me the reference, I would actually appreciate seeing the reference if you have one handy. Just like the like something close to this pose. The idea is like I kind of want like a sly like look towards the camera. Like looking towards the camera, but also like slightly down and away. Or as some explosion woman. What the fuck are you talking about? Reese from Explosion Woman? With the Cartman Devil? It's something about Chainsaw Man, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Rats, we're rats, we're the rats.
Alright, speaking of people eating slop, time to say something that will anger at least one person here. FNAF fans will enjoy anything with the funny bear in it, no matter how bad it is.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like if most people here are like, if they're like regulars or semi-regulars here, they've definitely heard me say worse. A smug look, yeah. Just like a little bit of like, not contempt, but like a little bit of like confidence.
No.
What percentage swarmy are you looking for? Are you looking for the word smarmy? They had an arc in between the seasons made as a movie. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to watch it at some point because I genuinely do enjoy watching Chainsaw Man. Reese is the explosion woman to Chainsaw Man. Why are you phrasing this like a riddle? Like this, like it's like you're trying to set up like a homily. Reze? If this is 39 dead, I will get Starky money
What does
for him to
this
get a Christmas
button
gift when I get a bonus. It's not Starky gets coal and
Please,
nothing
I cannot
else.
push the button. You have no idea what it...
Nope. Rese? Also, you did good reminder to hydrate. Stay hydrated, y'all. And water, water, and water, and water, and water, 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 and water, and water, water, water. Hold up, because actually, Sprite's close enough to water, right? Both are clear beverages. What's the cephalopod that isn't an octopus? Answer it, Batman. The cuttlefish? The squid? There's a couple of those. Cephalopod is a pretty wide class, actually. I'm doing a Riddler bit. I'll be honest with you, that's that's just the way that you communicate sometimes. Is it really a bit if that's just like, if that's just who you as a person are? Coke equals not clear so bad. Sprite was clear so good like water. That's not really how this works, but like go off, I suppose. Go off, isopod. I feel like this is more of an angle than I'm trying to create it to look. Because like to some degree I have the very like, okay. Here, let me snag the reference and see what I'm messing up. Okay, so he's leaning more, notably. Welcome on a redesign. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we show for Red? AKA Redesign CG. Art Bird Arton. I'm trying my best. This Alice in Wonderland quote I learned in 7th grade math. I never got to forgot it. The fake curse of never saying what you mean. What you mean. You should do a pose skeleton. You should do the pose skeleton, Starky. What do you mean that I should do the pose skeleton? Here. It's hard to explain. Here.
Rats, where rats, where the rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Remember friends, clear liquid's a good so chug that Sprite and vodka mixture.
No.
It probably tastes like shit, but I'm not stopping you from mixing vodka and Sprite. Why the fuck would you mix vodka and Sprite though?
Like, you see the line on the midpoint of the torso? Yes. Okay. Head shape is about yay. Out here mixing vodka and eggnog. I mean, that actually does work. The artist formed a ring around the art model, where I call a ring around a posy. Shut the fuck up. That is the line for the pose of the body. I'm the deadliest catch and I even fucked. I had a perfect idea for commission at the for a commission to the image, but you're trying to control Kasai instead. Kasai and I instead sending you to the image inspiration now. What's up, bro? Handsome, how are you? Welcome on in, Zeke. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I'm doing all right. Currently trying to figure out, like, pose structure. So you can do me a favor? Say, Casa, I've seen those clips on YouTube Shorts. No, you're not getting me like this. Fucking hive mind, have an ass. Placeholder caught lacking. I am fine. I don't know, but it looks pretty well. We're getting somewhere. Okay, now if I can get an idea for like roughly where the rib cage is. So it'd be like kind of here. All right. I'm not even inducted or let me go and get ghosted me. Well, just remove the and it's fine. You're fine. You'll be fine. Orb no one bird that speak like caveman. Say the placeholder instead. Okay, debut 4 images of the guy. See if any of them work for you. I appreciate. I very much want something kind of in this pose style. I'm sorry, Starky, but I can't stop partying. But I do appreciate I appreciate the references. I mean, the placeholder must have found you a real freak if you, to say it doesn't want to touch that. Okay, let's see. Okay, outline the skeleton now. That pose would be easier to find in a bodybuilding competition.
Rats, where the rats?
Starky, the other rats were bullying me for not knowing what the F word is. Could you please let me know what the F word is?
It's friendship. The F word is for friendship. He's lying. The F word is France. How dare you say that here? How dare you say that without censoring yourself?
Rats, where the rats?
Hee France.
I wonder if I can cook a rat. Listen, if I'm going to be stuck with the boar allegations, I might as well lean into it. I'm a mod, I'm ungovernable. The F word is friendship except naked. You're not wrong.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
According to the sim supposed to say, the ORB the orb will not assimilate anyone who keeps Kasai away from us.
France got enough exposure to the Game Awards. Welcome on in, Xavier. Glad to have you, sweet man. Also, hi. Glad to have you. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, to some degree, it is. What's up, Chris?
The rats.
Je suis désolé, mais je suis allé trop loin avec le français.
I'm pulling up a clip. I'm pulling up a clip. I'm pulling up a clip. Hold up. Please tell me I can find this clip.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
What if France was the friends we made along the way? When in doubt, fromage.
Please tell me this is the clip I think it is. Because I need this clip. I need this clip so dearly to be what I think it is. I need to have that video on hand at all times. I need this video on hand 24/7. I know too many French-speaking people to not have it on hand.
Je suis français maintenant, Starky. Je suis crisp, le rat français.
I actually don't show it to Merle because of crisp.
France, or Francium?
Francium. Next question. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't necessarily need to draw. I kind of need to draw it because I think I'm gonna, so like, muscle here, and then a little bit here, and then we draw the underlying musculature. But no, I'm sure Merle is already plentifully aware of that because it is a well-known Futurama clip. Excuse me. Like I love Futurama. I need to watch the reboot. Because like I'm just a huge fan of like this style of comedy that they do. Which reboot? There's one on. I actually don't know what platform it's on, but they apparently it is like they did reboot it at some point. The Comedy Central reboot or the Hulu reboot or the home... It was Hulu. I used to feel like... Because I've seen a decent number of clips from it, so... Okay. It's the newest one and it isn't bad. I mean, yeah, I suppose that is like a very real concern. Is like they could reasonably just be like, it's certainly more Futurama. I laughed, I lulled. That's fair. It's like to some degree there is like the concern that it's like they're just gonna take take it and turn it into garbage. Okay. I think I pushed the Because if I think about like what the tummy does, it kind of pushes the pectorals up and is like a little bit plump. Like it kind of plumps the pectorals up a little bit. I mean, they ended it better before, but it wasn't complete trash to me. That's fair. I do think the Comedy Central like reboot has the best ending, like the most complete one. Yeah, the end of the Comedy Central run was such a good wrap up. In my opinion, it's definitely like the way that like the canonical ending of the series. There's kind of like no more clean way to kind of wrap up the series. Okay, so there's kind of like what's the shape here? So it's a little bit like, you know, it's Y, but there's also like a little bit of not like a super, like, you know, what's the term for this? Like where like it's kind of like not flops, but like
Rats.
something like this,
Where the rat?
except with like.
I just realized that this Weezer song disses Rehab and talks about how one of the singers can't stop mixing alcohol and pharmaceuticals. This is the least Weezer song ever.
I'll be honest with you, I have not been paying attention even remotely to the to the lyrics. Okay. All right, must have got time. Also, when the finale premiered, they actually made sure to re-air the first episode directly afterwards. Okay. How we listen to lyrics? Okay, bitch, it's Weezer and it's Wheezy if you don't pay attention. I've not been paying attention to I'll be honest with you. The song is just kind of happening in the background, like the background space of my brain. I think I want it to like ever so slight. I think we're turning the body ever so slightly. Like we're not viewing it like, you know, like if this is the way that we're viewing the person, we're not viewing it like front on. I think I want like a little bit of an angle. Like, I think that's more of a compelling and interesting angle. Like. Hold up, is this the secret that I've been missing? Is this the sauce in terms of like building pectoral muscles into three-dimensional space? Or like you kind of have like almost like a shelf thing here. Like there's like a little bit of a straight line here. Here, let me move it down a little bit. All right. My body is screaming me to sleep, so I should listen to my body. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, go take care of yourself. If your body is telling you need to get some rest, you should listen to it. No throwing Pikmin. How dare. Okay, so what is... It's almost like, okay, and then we have like the armpit here. Very important to learn how to draw the armpits. The Draganta! Oh my god, thank you for this hero subscription for 26 months! Enjoy the academia, sweetie! Oh my god! Welcome on in, Raiders! Oh god, everything is broken. Oh lord, why did everything break? Oh, the timing of shit! Anyways, welcome on in, Raiders! Glad to have ya! Welcome on in. Giving a shout out for Captain Ikarusa real quick. How are you doing, you sweet bean? That was art. I am currently working on art of my own. I'm doing a gift piece, Birds Be Upon You or something. But no. I'm going to fucking restart. Okay, here. If I'm going to fucking restart it anyways. Let me go ahead and restart Mixed Up Bot. I need to move everything over to other bots. Mixed Up Bot is not consistent. And it's starting to become like a meaningful issue. I need to just like entirely rework my setup. But no, I'm Bird, Gay Bird, me draw big men, which you'll be able to see once I refresh Mixed Up Bot. Nice, I'll have to skedaddle to take care of areas before D&D, but I'll be lurking for sure. Thank you for bringing it over. Thank you for trusting your community with me. Also, welcome on Monarch Art stuff. Glad to have you, sweet bean. Here, but I'm so sorry that it broke. It's been doing that a lot recently, honestly. There we go. Since you know, since I'm already here, Mixed Up Bot, events, Twitch, rated. Oh, hold up, I can just run this real quick, so that way I can user that's not how you spell Captain Ikarusa. All right, there we go. This is what was supposed to happen. Anyways, there it is. Sometimes I couldn't tell you why. Sometimes Mixed Up Bot just decides to not work. But yeah, there we go. Now that I've like manually run that, we're working on. So I did a charity event this week on Monday with Huntar Yinagu. And as part of that, I offered up a couple of sketches to people if they were willing to donate to charity. So this is the closest I will ever get to doing art for commissions, at least until like I significantly improve my art. Because you know, the perpetual art grind of like trying to improve. Like I like I said, it would be nice for me someday to be able to do art commissions, but I'm not, that day is not going to be anytime soon. All right. I think I can afford to kind of like bring this one out a little bit. To just like okay, and then kind of bring this in. So this is supposed to be like a like refined sketch. So I'm currently just like, I'm kind of like building on the layers of like musculature and trying to get a better idea of where things would reasonably be placed with each other. Okay, so it's kind of be like something like that. I should probably be zooming out more, so I have like a sense for like kind of where I'm going with in terms of like building up the shape. Pyro, thank you, welcome on in, glad to have ya. I'm currently working. Whoa, God. What the fuck is that? Why? I've sharpened my beak. Do you guys like it? Are you guys into it? I'm not into it. But no. I'm currently working on you're gonna be next. I'm currently working on Barracks first, because yours is gonna be a little bit more complicated because I'll be coloring yours. But no, this is currently, actually, hold up, I should probably show off the art that I have done, skinning the burb. Because I do have some various, this was the thing I was working on most recently, which was a gift piece for Dead Anthro. Which, you know, to some degree, I'm still very much learning the process of trying to figure out how to draw tummies. Burb sees a pile of seeds ass can. But yeah, so something on kind of on this level. And I'm currently trying to build up the shapes for Barrack slash Barrack's partner. Monarch Art Stuff, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. I'll be honest with you. This is cute. It's got it's the artist curse. The only thing you ever notice are the problems of it. I do like the the background. If there's one thing I'm proud about of this piece, it's the background is genuinely adorable. But yeah, currently I am deep in the realm of trying to figure out kind of how I want the shapes here to work out. Okay, I think we want, let's see. If you think about like where the tum is. So be kind of like here. Trying to get a sense of like where the belly button is. That way I can, you know, fit the rest of the curve around it. Also, like this wide of a tum does come with a benefit in that I can relatively hide the hands. I don't think it would quite be this severe. Yeah, something like that. I need to get better about like just letting the sketch be a sketch instead of like trying to get the like the lines perfect. That is definitely like one of my worst artist habits. Okay. Okay. I think it's like probably like more like right around here. Where it's like kind of like it kind of comes out almost of that. Yeah. I think I like that shape. I probably should use more references when it comes to drawing fat, because I'm less familiar with it than I am with musculature. All right, breakfast done, trash thrown out. Welcome back. Currently trying to figure out how I want the tummy shapes to work out. I think it's probably like a bit too extreme. So somewhere like here. Okay, and if I try to build up the bicep, because it would be here. Okay. This is, I think the shapes are starting to come together. Like we're getting somewhere. Time to be annoying. Hi, I draw a large man for a living. Would you like some tips as to make you think of them? Because I'm also very bad at teaching. I would definitely appreciate. I would appreciate. So like my usual stance is if I have an idea of who you are, like if I recognize you as a person, like then I'm welcome to tips. I've seen you around enough where I'm like, I'm pretty sure that like I would be open and welcoming of any tips you have. Of course, if you feel like sharing, because I am aware that to some degree it is. I just wonder if it's like, where does the tummy start? There's like almost like it's almost there's almost like two lines of it, or is it more something like this? I think I like that a bit more, is in terms of like the way it kind of shapes the. Here's a tip: throws bags full of quarters. Ow! Also, I did not realize that you were a full-time artist, Izzy. No, Suda, no Pikmin. Not allowed. How much do you know about muscles? Because you'd be surprised how useful that knowledge can be when it comes to drawing fat. I've studied it, like, in terms of anatomy, musculature is probably the thing I've studied the most, which is to say, I still don't know fuck. I don't know fuck about shit, but, like, I have an overarching idea of how they're structured. Like, I'm aware that, like, muscles tend to be more pentagons. Because it's like it's basically like the rectangle, like, for the connection points, and then, like, you have the peak around here, so it ends up being, like, ends up looking like this. There should be a Pikmin porn parody called Lickman. Oh my god, that is so cursed. 10 out of 10. So this is our fate, scrapping for scraps below the table. Terrible. I am impressed by it, but I also I never say that ever again in my presence. Okay, kind of work out the back muscles here. Yes, I'm a fat for commission artist, hence the name. I like to think I'm very good at what I do. I mean, if you're doing it full time, then yeah, that's definitely like you're literally a professional fat fur artist. Which genuinely impressive, because like this was the first time I've ever tried to draw a tummy, and I think it turned out relatively okay, but definitely like there's some problems with it. I probably have to move the forearm down. Actually, hold up. This might be one of the situations where it's like, where I can like, I can like bring it in a little bit and then like kind of imply that the like this is kind of coming here. Something kind of like this. Whereas like there's like a space here to kind of imply like it's connecting, it's trying to connect to the hip. Where's that Kaigen style sheet for guts and tummies? Oh my god, I know exactly what you're referring to. I just I actually, because I prefer the like the round like taut gut, but like I lean towards drawing like the more soft type myself. Oh, yeah, so I heard the AI black hole started to collapse, but I don't know if that's true. I would need a source for that to probably like look at it. Because of the fact that like I am a like, you know, I have literally like educational experience working with this stuff. I could probably tell you whether it's legitimate or not, but like, here's hoping. Okay, so trying to figure out like the arm muscles here. Yeah, currently investors are starting to smell blood in the water and are reacting increasingly extremely. Here's hoping that this is the death now. Okay, so there is like there's a term for this that I don't necessarily know, but there's like this musculature here. It's kind of like an intermediary thing. I think I think at this point it's you. Arm musculature here. Oh my god, wait. Okay, is this actually looking like not awful? Tech companies are tripling down on AI because they think they can rally it together. They still can still get a lot of money out of it, hence RAM prices going astronomical. Well, the thing is, it's intrinsically like it is a market without a purchaser. Like the only companies that are purchasing it are other tech companies. It is like the best comparison, and like they've straight up lied about it, is the best comparison for like what's happening right now is Enron, where like it's basically a lot of fiscal tomfuckery to like massively increase the valuation of the company. Hold up, am I actually kind of figuring out how to draw musculature? Is this happening? They're trading this the same $50 billion between each other and saying nah. Yeah, there was the person I saw that I can definitely name is Atrioc, who did like Atrioc, and then the person who Hank Green, like they both did a deep dive into like, yeah, here's the finances for like Nvidia, OpenAI, where it's basically just a giant circle between like Nvidia, AI, OpenAI, and then like a bunch of other like, you know, tech industry companies. You had to learn at some point. I suppose that's fair. Does that look right? think it would probably be more like, yeah, something like that. You remember Rome stocks didn't crash in a day. It'll take a while, maybe a few years before we see a run on AI stocks. I mean, there are a lot of comparisons already to like the state we are in regards to like where it was during the dot-com bubble, which I think is the best modern equivalency. Okay, I think I have it right here. Welcome on to Magic Guy. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. First of all, rude. Second of all, you're right. Let's see. I mean, Magic. You're probably like, you know, this is where we're drawing. We're drawing muscle gut flex. But everyone who has a stake in their stake in AI is desperately trying to inflate their numbers to prop it up, despite the fact that the average person has no use for AI beyond the occasional meme. Also, no one is like. The economy's basically been in a recession for like the last 5 or 6 years, and it's been artificially like it's been the only reason that it hasn't been declared at this point is because of tech companies propping it up with like incredible overvaluation. I see the gut, I see the flex, very nice. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of trying to marry the two more naturally. Because it's looking okay so far, but I'm by no means like super happy with it. Did someone say inflation? I know what you enjoy. Not that the headlines also keep saying since 2009. Yep. Yep, it's not a great time to be. End of sentence. Walking out posts is such an involved process and it's looking good so far. Thank you. I'm definitely, all things considered, let's see. Because of the angle here, it's probably like equal parts. Yeah. It's probably like equal parts, like. Let's see. And then if I bring it actually, okay, this is like the first piece I've looked at and I'm like, I actually look like I vaguely know what I'm doing. Yes, I enjoy watching charts update with increase the prices over a period of time. How did you know? I had a feeling. You know, I had an inkling. Listen, I enjoy tummy, so like I don't really care how the tummy happens. If there's tummy, I'm satisfied. Being the economist, aka being an economist makes me rock hard. Do you shop at Kroger's? No, I shop at Aldi's. Kroger's is too fucking expensive. I went into a Kroger somewhat recently, and I shit you not when I say like the average clientele there is like in their like in their mid to late 60s. Every single person there was like a geriatric, and I'm like, I stand incredibly out because I was going in there very briefly to pick up like some odds and ends I needed for a recipe. Because I go to get the bulk of my stuff from Aldi, and then like if I need something extra, I'll go to like another, you know, grocery store nearby to pick up like, you know, something specific. Like, oh, it's like, oh, I need like you know, hoisin sauce for this dish, but it's not, you know, they don't have that at Aldi, so I'll go pick it up at Kroger. Hold up. This actually might be... I might be overthinking this. This might be just what happens. Like, I might be making the forearm too thick. I think I am... Hold up. I think this is correct, but I've like, overcorrected. Okay. Plot twist, they're just they just look to be in their 60s. They're actually all in their mid 30s. Kroger's just does that to it's just this, it's the beach from that one fucking movie where the people go to the beach that makes them old. But it's fucking Kroger's. It's the Kroger's that makes you old. Okay, so what if I think it actually might be like... So I think that the shape is this. Like that's the base shape, but I think it's almost like a heft here. Like kind of implying that like there's something happening here. Something like maybe a little bit, not like more extreme, but I fucking hate Kroger, like a billion aisles. Nothing I need in there for an hour, not because I'm shopping a lot. They're just so big for no reason. Here, let me ever so slightly increase the amount of space I have. Okay, coming back here. There you go. That kind of fills in more of the space that I'm looking at. But no, I kind of agree with you. Kroger's is like not a great experience, not a great shopping experience. It's also just incredibly expensive. Okay, so I think I want the hand here, kind of like hefting up the tum a bit. Were you a fan of That's So Raven? I genuinely enjoyed That's So Raven when I was a kid. Like to some degree it is wild that like, because like think about that as I feel like a foundational experience. Okay, so the forefinger would be on top. That was my favorite sitcom. There you go. So you've seen the PPAPX. I did see that link to that to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I like the AEIU cap, but I PPAP is very much like the deadest possible meme to me. I feel nothing about that one. Nope, that's not right. Because I'm looking at like no. Actually thinks about my anatomy for like even remotely a second. Hold up, it might actually be the opposite. where there's like a push out here. When I think about like something like that almost. Just like some kind of applied, like implied kind of like what the hand is doing. Just okay, simplify the shape. I'm overthinking this. There we go. What are we blueprinting today? I'm working on a piece that I had promised as part of a charity event I did Monday, and I'm currently blocking out the musculature and overall build for what's going to be a refined sketch. Welcome on in, Dazzy. You want to shout out for Dazirus? Dazirus heckin' spectacular, very fun, thick cobalt. If y'all like them pear shaped. Okay, so something more like this. And then I bring you in. Actually, it would. Hi, R looks good. Well, thank you. It's definitely a little messy right now, but I am getting a sense for where everything is going to be placed. And I am to some degree like applying a lot of like things I learned about my experience of working with because I did like a pretty intensive study of muscular anatomy, and I'm trying to figure out how to meaningfully apply that to my art, which I think is like this. I'm relatively happy with. Like, I'm actually quite proud of how that's looking overall. It's gonna need to be smoothed out a little bit, so that way it's not quite so extreme, but like all things considered, I do think I'm doing a relatively good job. Okay. There we go. Pumping the pecs up just a little bit more yet. But no, I think all things considered, this is going relatively, this is going relatively well. By no means am I like, like it's all part of the process. I'm always like, I feel like it's like conceited to some degree to be like the work I'm doing is good. Like even it's like I think equal parts. It is like it's equal parts in my mind of like the work that I'm doing is actually bad versus like it. I struggle to even say like when I am doing something well, it's a little bit weird for me to say it or like acknowledge it because it feels like. It's like, well, duh. I don't know. Just casually fart out Mozart and be like, well, That was easy. I guess to be fair, that's more conceited to be like, oh, like, you know, that thing that I did that I think turned out really well. That was easy. I've convinced myself to not. Okay. Okay. So this is technically going to be a little bit more lifted up because it is like the pectoral is lifting up the arm. It's all part of the process. Okay. What is this song? I genuinely don't know what language this is being sung in. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can block out the muzzle. I know he's not saying it, but it does sound a little bit like he's saying I'm a gooner. Okay, now if I extend it forward a little bit. Title translates to I ate Madonna. Well, the jokes write themselves. I don't gotta make the fucking joke for you. What kind of nose are we looking at? What is this? The grad student shuffle is criminal. Apparently I need to send this song to, because I have multiple friends who are grad students, and I need to understand how much this is like an emotionally devastating experience to remind them of what being a grad student was. To be fair, most grad students I've known were basically high functioning alcoholics when they were grad students. Also, we're about to run our second set of ads. We run this every hour to turn off pre-rolls so people don't have to deal with the ads as soon as they join the stream. Feel free to go grab a snack or grab some hydration. You know, go take care of any animals, go for a short walk, you know, go enroll back in college to experience the horrors and nightmares that is being a grad student in the year of our Lord 2025 without government backing. And yeah, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, I think it's relative, like the shape is relatively good. I think I just need to bring it in a little bit. Because to some degree, this is like actually, hold up a moment, because it would follow different lines. I will probably have to flatten the head a little bit. Okay, so I'm kind of going for like the half-lidded look, I think. I think that's the energy I'm trying to bring. Okay, so something here. Oh, expressions, why are you so fucking difficult? Welcome on in, Big L Lux, right? Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I'm currently doing the big think in regards to like trying to figure out where things would meaningfully be placed. Okay. Erase the lines that are not giving me any information. God, I love Maria Takeuchi. It's just like, she's just such a vibe. Here, let me see if I can... Plastic Love, My Beloved. It's such a banger. And it's also like to some degree the stereotype song that she's associated with, but she's done a lot of like genuinely amazing songs. I'm probably gonna have to increase, like, move the head upwards a little bit, is I think what I'm coming to realize. The part of why this looks weird is like I've placed the face on the lower half, which is about where it's supposed to be placed, but like to some degree that's son of a bitch. Merge with the layer below. Okay. Merge with layer below. Starky, rate my curry. Just made curry. I feel like I got my tablet out and drawing up how I envision guts. I've been sent curry, apparently. You did not send me curry. You've lied to me, Zeph. You no idea where TOS ends. I really like. I will be careful / mindful. So like, you know, I don't worry. Like if I mess up, it like I won't blame you. If I like, you know, I more or less I'll probably look at it like I'll just be like, oh, okay, like, you know. Okay. Curry sent. Oh wait, no, Kasai was. That's some very dry curry. I can see the bottom of the pan. I'm upset. Oh, he took some. Well, it's still like the curry is supposed to be thick enough where like it is like, you know, like curry is supposed to be thick enough where like if you take some, it doesn't, you know, it's thick. Presses X to doubt. Okay. I just added a ton of veggies. That's fair. Okay. Okay. So here's the head shape. Some peanut, some chickpeas for protein. Tomato paste and coconut milk? I'll accept it. I'm not necessarily the hugest fan of coconut milk-based curries. I will say that much. Now that I'm, like, actually looking at it, I think also part of this is, like... Hold up. So somewhere, like, here. I think it's because, like, the eyes are too far apart here. How's that look? Starky accepted? I will allow it. I would eat it. Nope, no, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, that's one of the. I can iterate on it. It's one of those. It's one of those things where it's like it'll probably just take some iteration. Wait, where do I send my thing to you? You can just send it over Discord. Stuffing someone in an envelope will be there in 3 to 5 business days. Your Discord DMs or a server. Go for the Discord DMs. I'm going to have to make the arm even longer. Okay. So if I'm thinking about arm musculature, here, because this is triceps, so you're gonna end up seeing a substantial amount of it. Do we share a Discord? I'll try to look for you. Look for you. I am in Dell's, but also I'm just at StarkyMorph if you need. Like I am turns out relatively unique username when the streamer passes my serious attempt at food. You did good. You did good, kid. Yeah, you can now add mayo to eggnog guilt-free. Nope, can't do that. It is not a get out of jail free card to make a good curry. Okay, so armpit kind of comes in here. I've been on the wrong fucking layer. God damn it. I'm gonna gut deployed. Interesting. This will be safe for Twitch. Interesting. I see what's going on. To some degree, it's like you're pushing out and rounding it, like each of the individual muscles. It's already the nog of eggs. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Batman. There's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman. Personally, I think the mark of a good fat fryer artist is someone who remembers that yellow stripes just before the abs but under the pectorals. That's fair. Because to some degree, like, it is handy to have this as reference. You know. Well, also, like, to some degree, I'm trying to, like, almost balance my own, like... Because, like, I'm trying to, like, maintain, like, the kind of the firmness of the pecs. What was the Joker commission Starky for? Hey, what would Joker commission Starky for? Joke's on the Joker. I'm not open for commissions. Is it even like, do I even do this? I guess there's like kind of like almost like a, like almost like applied, you know, something like that. Something like this almost. Hold up, because I think I might be drawing the. Yeah, I think it's here. And then the like, yeah. Here's where it would be. Okay. I rode a camel once. Fascinating. The zoo has camel rides, and I was like, Pog, why not? I mean, that's fair. My stance on horses is well known. The song is One Piece? Yeah, this is One Piece Red. This is from the musical movie. Because each different One Piece movie is based on like a different they're almost like based on entirely different genres. This is the one that's a musical. Okay. Here. So I'm trying to think about like where like I don't remember off the top of my head what the deal is with what, like the deal is with like kind of the rear muscles near the elbow. I think they almost like they're like the elbow is almost no, yeah, the elbow is like kind of doing its own thing. Like the like the elbow is like kind of here doing its own thing. and then like the muscles basically just like almost wrap around it. I'm not asking you to check DMs. I'm telling you to not check DMs. Okay. Doesn't check DMs. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm making progress as, like, in terms of like my better understanding stuff. I can't help with elbows. I also can't remember off the top of my head what they look like off the top of my head. Because I definitely remember like, okay, like a not, you know, like an elbow that isn't bent is basically like you have the elbow bone here, and then like the muscles almost come in like, you know, kind of striated, you know, and like muscle fibers, and then like, you know, it's almost like the opposite here, where there's like this curve, like, you know, whereas like it's like sharp, and then like sharp, and then except like not quite this severe, but congratulations, most people fail that challenge. Whom's to draw, by the way? This is Astral, who is one of Barrick's partners. Oh, hey, AJR, yeah. Should do what you can. Don't understand. I got plans. I guess this is just what I am. Oh, Trash Panda Blue! Welcome on in, Raiders! Glad to have ya! Oh, let me pause the music real quick. Well, welcome on in! For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, aka Chaos Card Internet, where I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Most of us playing indie games, however, every Tuesday and Friday for the last 2 years, we learned to do smart. So if you like to see more of this, feel free to drop a follow. Thank you, Samo Yoshi, for the follow as well. I'm currently working on a couple of pieces I owe as part of a charity event I did recently. But yeah, how was Brawl? Fellow Trash Panda? Welcome on in. I'm currently trying to figure out the musculature of the arms, because muscles are very complicated. Oh, I just realized, because it's the fucking triceps. So there's 3 of them. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine if I only show 2. And to some degree, it's like this will get. It was fun though. Game kicks my ass. I have ultimate. Since I have ultimate in mind. Yeah, if you're used to the mechanics of ultimate, Brawl is significantly different. So, are you playing like online battles or something? Because if so, that's kind of wild. I definitely remember trying to do online battles, in the days of Brawl. But the Wii Online service was not necessarily very consistent, and the significant lag did make it extra difficult. Story mode, because Subspace I do think is the best story mode that any of the games have had. Like I don't necessarily I don't necessarily think of Brawl super highly for its gameplay, but the Subspace Emissary was definitely like was peak game design. So that being said, I think Brawl will like I think the Smash game that's probably the least fondly remembered is going to be Smash 4, which is kind of wild. Definitely because I was low-key tweaking because I forgot how some of the moveset and movement changes since that. Yeah, the removal, like the fact that you can cancel out of knockback with a dodge or an attack definitely makes any amount of comboing in that game just feel terrible. Unless you're playing Meta Knight. I had to prep mac and cheese for tomorrow and figure out a bechamel. Bechamel's not that hard. Because bechamel it's the base is a roux. It's equal parts of butter and flour, and then you let that cook for a little bit, and then you add milk or cream. And then from there, you just add the cheese. So it's like, the bechamels are like one of the easier sauces to make. I think I might need to make this longer. Welcome on, Camcol. How you doing, you sweet bean? Hold up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find an arm muscle reference real quick. Because I haven't really considered like how long the bicep is compared to the tricep. Doing good, Lil. Been lurking for a while. Let's see. Okay, bicep ends shorter. I was here at the start. It's possible I just didn't see it, or like I already greeted you, and then congratulations, congrats on being greeted twice. That does happen sometimes. I feel like it happens a lot more with like art streams. Don't laugh, but last time I tried making bechamel, I used salt instead of flour. My condolences. You didn't. I did the Nissan Al-Gai pun. Oh, that's why. I blocked it out of my memory. You didn't finish that bechamel where you used salt instead of flour, right? You didn't complete that bechamel, right? Right? You didn't try eating that, did you? Oh dear. Oh, please. Oh my god. Kasai, you didn't eat the salt bechamel, did you? Welcome on, Amori. Glad to have you, sweet bean. You didn't eat the salt bechamel, correct? So here's the thing. I'm preparing the tranquilizer. Producing the Dead Sea out of sauce. A little bit. I tried to power through the salty mac and... Oh my fucking god. That's like... That's so much fucking salt. That's so much salt. That's like actually like a meaningfully poisonous amount of salt. Speaking of weird mac and cheese, would minty mac and cheese work? No. Incorrect. Ever heard of hypertension? I made progress. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. The crashing out is beginning. The crashing out is beginning. What do you mean you made progress? What the fuck do you mean you made progress eating the salt mac and cheese? I'm scared. Your poor fucking heart, your poor fucking blood pressure, man. Do you ever think about how some people genuinely don't know what food's supposed to taste like? Camcool is a friend from college. Camcool is a friend from college, and he asked if minty mac and cheese would work just now. And that's far from the worst thing that he suggested food-wise. So yes, I know for a fact some people don't know what food is supposed to taste like. A few plates? A few plates?! This is too much. It's too much. A few plates is too much. Absolutely too much of the salt mac and cheese. People make salt a death, and just say, yeah, this is what food's supposed to taste like. Sorry, quick question. Do you think if I actually learned food science, would my food combos get worse or more horrifying? Get better or more horrifying? Definitely more horrifying. Okay. There is a question to be had here, because I do wonder if maybe like actually having like a classical amount of like people telling you, hey, don't fucking do this might actually meaningfully convince you to stop suggesting shit like minty mac and cheese. Starky, I hate food waste if food is edible. Hey, motherfucker, you probably put a collective like 4 tablespoons of salt. That is not edible. If you put 4 tablespoons of salt in anything, I don't fucking care. It is not edible. It stops being edible as soon as there is equal parts of butter and salt by fucking volume. That is not food, that is poison. Also, I have a friend who has Starky, what if it was 4 I said 3 tablespoons. I said 3 tablespoons, didn't I? Am I losing my mind? Did I say 3 tablespoons? Yes, doesn't contain categorical poison. It's edible. I thought you said 4. It's still too much. It's still too much. This song is absolutely perfect for my crash out. Sun takes its heels to taunt you. Okay, so the form is relatively like simple. Tables, dooms. Shimmering like smoke rises the moon. Oh, close your weary eyes. I promise you that soon the autumn comes to darken fading summer skies. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I tried minty mac and cheese, not gonna lie. Sorry, the minty mac and cheese was because I saw someone on Food Talk show a Reddit that was grilled mac and cheese that had peppermint candy as ingredients. Yeah, that's still bad. That is rage content. Camco, we need to teach you how to recognize rage bait. We need to teach you how to recognize rage bait content. I'm good, by the way, sweet bird. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm currently deep in the anatomy mines in terms of like trying to figure out what this would reasonably look like. No trouble, but no, even so rises the moon. You'll be visited by sleep. The autumn comes to steal away each dream you keep. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh. Well, that's a whiplash. That is emotional whiplash I've ever experienced. Welcome on in, Wise Money Raiders. Good to have ya. Happy Ekin Friday. For those who don't know, StarkyMorph, get chaos code the internet. Various streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST on Mondays and Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m. EST Thursday, Fridays. Admittedly, I did start at 7 today, but you know how it be. Currently, we're working on some art. I'm doing a something close to a commission because I did a charity event on Monday, so I'm currently doing some art to celebrate this. This is going to get refined and turned into a sketch. But welcome on in, Wisebun, and also welcome on in, Broom and Noir, Broom, Noir, Eldritch Kitten. Kitten, I don't know. There's definitely different energies to saying kitten versus kitty. Someone tried to rinse off the chicken before serving it to me. I'm manifesting a jar of mayo inside their lungs. Wait, you're not supposed to wash the chicken? Look, as long as you're not washing the chicken. Okay. So the classical understanding of chicken was that you're supposed to wash it to remove excess salmonella juices. It doesn't matter. The recommendation now is that you don't wash your chicken because basically all it does is spread salmonella everywhere. You're not supposed to wash your chicken. You're just supposed to pat it dry with like a paper towel and then salt it. After I cooking, I mean to get the grease. The fuck you mean people wash their cooked chicken? What do you mean? That can't be, that has to be rage bait. You have to be like this. I'm being rage baited right now. But no, like that there's no way that is a thing. I'm being gaslit right now. Okay. If this is rage bait, it's working. I'm getting real mad at you saying these words in this order. They wash their cooked ground beef. Yeah, this is either like some of the most Caucasian people in existence, like who are leading into the stereotype, or intentional rage bait. Hmm. I saw a video of someone using soap and vinegar to clean their ground beef. That, again, has to be rage bait. Has to be. Like, there's no way someone unironically does that. Oh god damn it. You say Caucasian, now I might have the worst audio stim I could ever have had, but I can't stop watching it. I'm having a hand moment. I mean, to be fair, like to some degree I am defeating my many artistic demons one at a time. Cuz like we've got this, which like you know, the musculature doesn't actually look that bad, all things considered. It's a moment like this that I remember just how intensely curated my feed / internet content consumption is. I genuinely forget people seek out this kind of stuff on the regular, and I'm over here in a delicate space I've made for myself. I mean, okay. I genuinely, I think that is unironically a good thing. The like, oh, like echo chamber, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think echo chamber is like the echo chamber used as an insult is just some bullshit made up by people who want others to be angry. Cause like, that's like, what we're seeing right now with Twitter is people just dying. Like people, no, not people literally dying, but like the people over there that intentionally said shit to make others angry are so fucking desperate because they need people who are reasonable to engage with them, because it's all like basically attention seeking behavior. That it's like, okay, what's the, like, if they can't have our attention and like they're not going to give each other attention, what's the fucking point? So they're desperate to be like, oh, you know, oh, it's an echo chamber, as if like, you know, it's a, I'll be honest with you, at some point I don't think it's an echo chamber. I think it's just filtering out the dipshits. I think echo chambers are bad flat earthers, but safe spaces are good. I mean, at some point there is like, you know, I feel like to some degree it's a certain class, or not class, but like a certain, you know, identity style thing where it's just like they're so desperate to avoid moderation because they know that the shit they say is like indefensible. Okay, so what is going on here? What's going on with this fist? Up, over, down. It's almost like, so it's log up, log sideways, log down, hidden in the crack. Echo chambers are being used by losers who don't want to admit that they get moderated out of spaces for their behavior. Oh, absolutely. It is the apparently there's fucking. There's some wild shit I've learned about the internet, and one of the wildest things I've learned somewhat recently is apparently there's like support groups for people who have been like disowned or like like they're estranged from their children, which is just fucking, it's just fascinating. Echo chamber is getting thrown around like a term like meta sheep. Like the term meta sheep. I watch a TikTok lady who's a professional cook, and she does reacts to terrible American cooking. We're at a point where she calls her audience Tiffanyers because every American cook gets nicknamed Tiffany by her. Fair enough. I respect it. Okay, so block here. Block sideways. Block down. I like the jokes that people made about the support group, especially about how they all probably just hate each other for their own ineptitude, but they also don't want to admit it to themselves that they have. Wow, you're all awful, except for Mew is perfect. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're you know, it's that perpetual thing. It's like they're so close to the revelation that will, you know, make it all make sense, but like they can't, like, you know, they can't admit it to themselves because that would, you know. Like, at some point, it is just ego. There we go. Like, I believe there are individuals who go for the meta and expect that to carry them, but calling people meta sheep for not actively avoiding every meta option is just stupid. So there is, because I know exactly kind of what you're talking at. There is in Magic the Gathering this idea called net decking, which is basically that you grab, like, instead of like creating your own deck, you just grab like someone else who's like, you know, demonstrably proven that the deck that they have created, you know, is able to stand up to whatever the metagame has to throw at it. And people get real fucking mad about the idea of net decking. Oh, Tenor! Welcome on in, Raiders! Goodness gracious, welcome on in! Here, let me give me the Twitch chat. Can someone, one of my mods, get the Twitch chat for Tenor? Welcome on in, Raiders! Glad to have ya! For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, aka Chaos Crow Internet. Variety streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Mostly I play indie games. However, every Tuesday and Friday for the last 2 years, we've been learning how to do smart. So if you like, I'm currently working on some Tumby as part of a this is the closest thing I'll get to doing commissions in like the next 3 years. But I did a charity event on Monday, so I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out how to construct a well-adjusted and well-rounded tummy. All things considered, here, let me hide the sketch layer real quick. I think it's actually turning out relatively well. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to be done on the musculature. And as I'm staring at it now, I do think I need to kind of like bulk you out a little bit. But welcome on in. How you doing? What were you up to? I should probably actually like check in. Oh, Bits and Bops! I need to give that game a check out. I have not played any of the because like I had a Wii, but I didn't know about the existence of like the Rhythm Heaven games. But I do enjoy like kind of the style of quirky humor they've got going on. So Tenorak is welcome on in, Flashhound. But no, glad to have you, sweet beans. I know Tenor is something of a tummy appreciator as well, so hopefully I'm doing justice to the tum tum. I realize now, like, to some degree, I think I need to make just like this here. I'm trying to think about like the way I see it, something like that. But yeah, hopefully y'all had a good time. I love Rhythm Heaven. This definitely scratches that itch. We were actually just talking about like net decking and like in card games and in meta stuff, like trying to play video games to a meta. But no, honestly, I need to give Bits and Bots a try. Tenor, who are we rating? Are you lost? Are you lost, guy? Because you're already here. But no. I've net decked before to learn a meta. I unironically think, like, if it is one of those things that's like genuinely just a useful like means of like getting new players involved in card games. Cause like it depending on like the card game, like, you know, you have anywhere between like 30 to 60 cards in your deck, and anywhere from like 2 to 4 copies of cards you can put in your deck. So reasonably, like on average, you're gonna have to put like 15 different cards in your deck, which is a lot for someone to sit down and look at like all of the sets and cards available and be like, these are the 15 I want. And even then, it's like there's times where it's just not correct to run just those 15, like, you know. Where it's like that doing so just makes your deck significantly weaker. But yeah, currently I'm doing the hand struggle. I think this is relatively turning out though. Oh wait, no, because this is the middle finger. But yeah, no, like I think like the idea of like the meta game is of varying levels of utility depending on like the actual game that you're playing. Here, I have the right structure. I think I just need to like flatten it a bit. Okay. Free transform. Sorry, we still in Tenner's chat. I figured as much, which is why I was like, you might you might just be like a bit, you know, a bit lost. But you know, I'm glad to have you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for bringing everyone over. Let's see. The point being, echo chambers right now is mutated to include safe space, and that makes it no longer a meaningful thing to avoid. I think that it is not like you know, as the phrase has lost some amount of meaning. I think the idea of like it's kind of like in the same way that like the phrase woke nowadays means absolutely fucking like nothing. It's just like, okay, like, you know, it's the same thing for me where I look at it and I'm like, you know, what the fuck are you talking about? Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it doesn't mean anything. So like, I've kind of lost the ability to care anymore about it. Okay, so it's kind of like right along this, like, this knuckle here. There we go. Welcome on in, Slow. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. If I'm woke, then I'd have to be asleep to wake up from. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Watching James play, someone turned the woke game list into a like Wordle style like 50-50 guess. Like you have to guess if a game is woke or not. And it genuinely is impossible to like figure out like fucking like Final Fantasy. I want to say like the earlier Final Fantasies, even though like they're all like very like pro like express yourself, be who you are as a person. None of them are woke, but like the most recent ones are like, oh yeah, those are super woke. It doesn't fucking mean anything. It feels a little bit anemic, like this here. Okay, what do the proportions overall look like? Oh my god. No, the face just looks bad. I need to start the face fresh. Also, I need to probably hold up a moment. I should probably disable raids real quick because I unfortunately do have to get up early tomorrow because I am celebrating a relatively early Christmas. Because my sister who lives in another state is coming to visit. So I'm like unfortunately can't afford to go like super duper late as I normally could do on a Friday. So I have to be, you know, and I always feel bad if someone like raids and I immediately is like, oh, I gotta stop out. But no, here we go, perfect. But yeah, oh my god, It's fine. It's fine. Looks at my own art. It cries. Some degree, I kind of here. Let's lean into the 3/5 pose, because like he is doing the like side look here. There's some aggressive muscles. Yeah, I'm currently using this guy for reference, and it's genuinely been handy reference to have. And mostly I'm using him for a pose, but it is like also a good reminder of like where overall like the muscles are supposed to kind of be placed relative to each other. So something like right here. There we go. Perfect. I think I'm gonna do something a little here, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think I want this arm here to be thicker. When in doubt, in my opinion, just there we go. But, you know, to some degree, I'm trying to learn musculature as best as I can. It is a bit difficult. And like it is a process, but it does help to some degree that there are so many really good bar artists out there. So like I'm not going into this like without with no amount of here. I'm just gonna make a new fucking layer for it. There we go. Just fucking erase. So the thing I want to do is basically like down and away. I want it to almost be it's almost like he's like looking over shades at you. In fact, I might give him a pair of shades, or like, oh, he's like looking over the glass. Yes, okay, so he has glasses. Perfect. Perfect. Is this Careless Whisper? But with but with electro synths? I feel so unsure. I'm not at all in the key. It'll lead you to the dance floor. And sign something in your eyes. The silver streams only parrot. I don't actually know the lyrics off the top of my head. Defeat him. I've awoken. Where am I? Welcome on in, Journey. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Welcome to the town of trying to learn how to draw muscle guts. And also the bird is here. Stares at you and bird. Looking at you, looking directly at you. point of view, Starky makes eye contact. Starky, where are the borb drones? I need to design them still. Listen, the borb drones are currently very, very low on the priority list, unfortunately. I need to do like, let's see, anatomy studies, material studies, posing studies, the texture studies, framing studies, perspective studies. It's gonna be a hot minute. But hey, the texture studies will be like tangentially related because I'll probably want to learn how to render latex. Good. The latex? Well, there we go. The bird has been activated. It's the bird number 2 has been activated. I mean, it is a useful skill to be able to render that stuff. So the idea here is something about the way the synth is set up reminds me of those memes. Bird drone latex activation. Oh my. Hi, Izzy. You know, I guess it does make sense that because like I think Izzy, I know you were primarily from from Dell's community, I think, but also like I definitely have seen both of you in the same community. It's like I think you're both in I think I saw both of you today in like Werebear stream. Because I was lurking in Werebear stream. Werebear is a very sweet bean. Starky accidentally activated the chatters. Apparently. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know what I can say to activate a lot of people. There's a couple of keywords. You know, vor, inflation, latex, pool toy. I am by the most strict possible technical definition a furry artist. So, and I have seen like a vertical slice of the furry community. Vine boom with each of those words. Oh, hold up. I got you covered. I got you One moment. No, fuck. That's the wrong scene. Inflation. Latex. Vor. Pool toy. Hypnosis. Boom. But no, like that. I am relatively comfortable with drawing most of that stuff, and to some degree, I'm like, after watching Gary and Bloom as an artist, just letting his freak flag fly, I'm like, maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just just engage fully in all of the freak shit, and just blossom as an artist. How the fuck does how does the nose work? Because like, yeah, man, be weird. To some degree, like this is, you know, this is like me kind of leaning into it a little bit. Oops. What in the world is that? Why is there so many CVs? Why is that the only English letters in there? Slow Panda, do you need to explain something? Is there something you're trying to tell us? It's just Uma Pyoy Legend. I have no idea what that means. There's sometimes I feel like I'm the fucking king of all cosmos from Katamari Damacy, where I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, it's from Uma Pyoy Legend. I have no idea what you're talking about. Truly the collab of all time. They made the King of All Cosmos hot in the latest game, and I don't like it. I'm sorry to say this to you, Izzy the Fat Cat. He's always been hot. He was like the original problematic hot guy. If I chose the normal version of the song, I think it would have been more of those people. Okay. You down. There we go. A little sad. Starky just let slide the amazing line, honey, if you're gay, burn it up like a gay parade, like we stand an ally. I'm also sad that I missed that line. What? Hold up. That's a fire line. Okay, this I'm liking this angle a little bit more for sure. Starky, you feeling the horses, Starky? I don't feel the horses. I don't trust them. Listen, at this point, here. Let me go and fix the snoot distance a little bit, and then I think, because it is about 10 o'clock. Oh, shit me, it's exactly 10 o'clock. There we go. Welcome on, Gadget. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. It's, happy 10 o'clock. All right. I'm liking this perspective, like this angle for his expression so much better. This is significantly better. And then like, you know, the ears are gonna be like somewhere up here. Great song to end on. Yeah. You know what? We can let this song play out, and then I'll probably be wrapping up. Okay, I see what's going wrong here. I need to move the muzzle to the side. But this group has the first trans idol. That's awesome, actually. Huge fucking respect. Let's see. I don't want to free transform you. Just bring the eye in just a bit. I wish Starky would free transform me. I mean, listen, I can just do that. Grabs you. Sorry for being sorry for being a touch rancid tonight. No, you're fine. To some degree, it is a little funny because like coming back from MFF, I actually like I feel a little bit more confident overall in terms of like casual flirtation. I think because I did get my flirting is significantly easier in person. That was definitely something that like I have confirmed. Is that like it is significantly easier to flirt in person because the body language makes it easier to figure out. It's like, oh, is this a welcome flirtation or not? All right, perfect. I'm gonna have to probably fix the eyes because the eyes don't match the angle of the rest of this. Oh shit me! Hey chat. Guess who didn't save once over the course of this entire 3-hour stream? I do feel a bit low. It's in part because I'm looking at where the muzzle's going. Like the muzzle's coming like towards the camera. But the head is shaped that way. It's looking like even more down. Actually, a decent chunk of this I might be able to just fix by just like. Yeah, that actually does a significant chunk in helping like to push this into something that looks a little bit better. Chat, how could you guys not once make Starky save? Luckily, I have like a backup system, but I don't actually know if it saves if I don't like save it by default. Here. All right, save that. It was on cooldown. It's well, it's like here's the thing. It's on like a 5-minute cooldown. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. All right, so this is where we're leaving off today. I need to probably also like one thing that I probably need to do is like make the head just a little bit smaller. There we go. But yeah, I need to leave it here because to some degree, like I will keep poking at it. And like I think like having my eyes refresh from just like from leaving it there for now is wise. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Hopefully you guys had a good time watching the art. Let's go ahead and put on the outro playlist and see who's live. See whomst we can and shall be raiding into. Good work today, Starky. Well, thank you. Oh my god, Dell's still live? Oh my god, he's doing pale. Oh Lord Almighty. Okay, Dell is doing the White Palace, which is I'm sure he's having a great time in that because he's complained about platforming before. Let's see who I can raid into. You know who's been a bit separated into? Let's go ahead and raid into Foxy Bran. It's been a hot minute since I stopped by. All right, use my emotes or whoever's emotes you happen to have. Let's see. If you have someone else's emotes, feel free to use those. But you know, if you're not subscribed to anyone here on Twitch, feel free to snag the emote with the blue heart because that one should be usable anywhere. Let's start the raid over to. I almost typed !raid like that was going to activate the raid thing. But yeah. Anyways, if this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, big chaos growing internet. I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Mostly I play indie games, however, every Tuesday and Friday for the last 2 years, we learn how to do smart. So if you'd like to see the artistic progress, it's actually cool raiding into Brand, because Brand also started around the same time I did. So you get to see kind of like the divergent evolution of our artistic styles. I'm definitely a little bit more like hyper fixated on anatomy, which like, you know, has its downsides, which is to say, like, I'm not necessarily making a lot of progress in other areas, but c'est la vie. that be how it be. But yeah. If you'd like to stay up to date with the streaming, including when I'll be going live, as well as to see the art that I make, the art that I get commissioned, general ramblings, all that good stuff, Blue Sky is the place to be. That's where I post most of my content, and also just like it's where I'm honestly the most social. I have a YouTube if you'd like to catch up on the VODs there, see what all you've been up to, see the artistic progress. I literally the first art stream I did from 2 years ago. You chat more in art, just chatting streamer. Shut up. But yeah, I got the YouTube. All the VODs are uploaded there. I have a let's see, a Discord if you'd like to pop in there, say Sweet Beans, see the Sweet Beans post, and of course we got the coffee sponsorship with Dragon Roast Coffee. If you'd like to pick up some coffee from there, it's 10% off with discount code StarkyMorph. Help support the stream and help support the coffees. You know, good coffee. Love y'all. I will catch you all on Monday.